So, hello everybody, I'm here with Melanie C.
Hi.
She brought her new album, Version of Me, and I have some questions.
Okay, fire away.
But I don't like the standard questions, so I don't ask you anything.
Great.
Just talk. Tell us everything very important about the album. I know it's very authentic. It's your most important album.
Well, you know, this album for me was very important in that I feel very much like it's a new chapter in my life. And I've been working in music for 21 years this year. So I think to feel like that at this point is really special. And when I started working on the album about 4 years ago, I knew I wanted to do something different. So I thought about what I wanted to achieve, and I'd always wanted to do a more electronic sounding album, but it'd never been the right time. So I went back and listened to artists that I love from the 90s, like Massive Attack, Portishead, 07. There's like some 90s trip hop and some real beautiful atmospheric stuff. And then I was looking at artists that I love now, you know, people I've discovered in the last few years, like Jack Garrett, Rag and Bowman more recently, and I just love this kind of a real fusion now with, you know, DJs and artists and electronic music and soul voices, and it's just a really exciting time, I think, in pop music. So I took all of these influences and I worked with some great collaborators, and we set about finding a sound that was fresh and new for me, but it was fitting, you know, being a more mature pop artist, and Version of Me was born.
And yes, I read it is very authentic too. So I think you had a vision in your mind, and it took about 3 years to finish this album.
Mm-hmm.
So can you describe the moment you realized that's it, it's finished, that's what I wanted? Did you jump? Did you sit? Did you relax? Did you open champagne?
Yeah, I remember sitting at my kitchen table, and we had all of the songs that I wanted to record and you know, get produced for real. And Sons of Sonics, who are some of my new collaborators, both songwriting and production. And there's a song called Dear Life, the first single. And it was a wonderful demo. But when it went away and the boys produced it, when it came back, it was one of those like little spine tingly moments, and I realised that the album was really coming to life, and it was really everything I'd wanted to achieve. And so from that moment, I knew I had something very special.
Okay, and the second you knew it is totally finished, describe this very special moment. You had it
Yeah,
ready.
yeah.
Was it a very quiet moment? Or?
Yeah, I suppose so. I think, you know, the thing with, you know, making something like this, it's never the end, you know, it's just the beginning, to, you know, to use a lyric. But you know, you make the record and it's wonderful, and you know, we got all the artwork and all the pictures and everything was wonderful, and then some video clips. And then in May I'm going to be out on the road, I'm going to come to Cologne, I'm playing a live show here, so it's always evolving and growing. And you know, even now when I perform in shows, sometimes I do Spice Girls songs, you know, so it's like, and some of them are 20 years old, so it's like, these things are, you know, they live on forever.
Okay, well, I picked some songs, you do the songwriting too, so maybe there's a special story behind one of these songs.
I'm sure we can,
You mentioned already Dear Life, so...
Yeah. Well, Dear Life is, it's kind of a little letter to life, just saying, you know, sometimes things are wonderful, and I feel great and everything's going my way, and I just feel like I've got it sussed, everything's cool. And then literally within a day, a phone call, a minute, everything just feels awful, and there's a challenge and you don't know why, you know, it's so difficult. And it's just that kind of acceptance that life is never going to be plain sailing, you know, it's always going to have its ups and downs. So it's kind of acknowledging that, but also just questioning, you know, what's out there, what's going to happen, you know, what have I got ahead of me?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Anymore.
Anymore is a really fun track. I wrote that with Adam Argyle. We wrote Dear Life and Anymore together. And he also wrote Next by Superstar. I don't know if you remember that song. So it was a single, I think it was 2005. Oh. But we've worked together for a long time. So Anymore, we've been listening to the Weekend album. and I had lots of great tracks for the album, and I was like, I want to do something like really uplifting that makes me want to dance. And we started Anymore, and the lyric is about a lost love and how your friends are saying to you, you got to go out. You know, you got to do stuff. Don't stay in. You're never going to meet anyone if you stay in. You know, moping about. But you go out. You're doing all the right things, but you're still obsessing about this person. And every time somebody like new walks into the club, you're like looking to see if it's them. So I just love that kind of. The lyrics quite sad, but the music makes me want to smile and makes me want to dance.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
Room for Love.
Room for Love is about. You know, this is a personal experience for me when a relationship has ended and you kind of go, last thing I want to do is meet someone else. I'm just going to hang out with my mates, I'm going to have a good time. And then you get to the point where you think, do you know what? I think I'm ready. I'm ready to let love into my life, you know, and you kind of feel comfortable enough with your own situation to welcome somebody in.
So it's the next step from Anymore?
Yeah. It is, yeah. It's the next. It's a few months down the line when she's over. But you know.
Blame.
Blame is again about the end of a relationship actually, and it's just about how, you know, when relationships break down, you know, there's two sides to every story. You know, so it's really, really difficult because you know yours is right, but the other person knows that their side is right too. So it's just about going, well, you know, I'll take the blame. If you think that it's all my fault, that's fine. It's about, you know.
And I guess you mixed different genres of music on the album, yeah? Quiet songs and super funky stuff. So.
Yeah, it was nice to kind of, to still keep it quite varied, even though I had quite a vision in mind for the sound kind of, like, I don't know, what would you call it? Kind of like, we had like a mood board of sound, you know, but then kind of, but then there's some more R&B flavoured tracks, there's some more dancey, there's some more like, I don't know, kind of ballad, you know, a bit more laid back, a bit more, you know, a bit more stripped down.
It's a very nice album, that's for sure.
Thank you.
So that's it, a little bit about your music. I ask a little bit something different things now. Are you at the moment involved in any charity projects?
Oh wow. Yeah, you know, the wonderful thing, or one of the wonderful things about, you know, being in a position like mine is that you do have the opportunity to work with so many great charities. The most recent one that is new for me is a charity called McHugh, and it's a mental health charity, which is something, you know, I've often talked about. I don't think it's talked about enough, and it's a new charity that's kind of looking for cures and support, and yeah, it's in Britain, you know, but I just think, you know, universally it's a good thing to talk about. I work with, you know, I've worked with Comic Relief over the years. I think you have Red Nose Day here as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, lots of things. I've worked with children's charities, homeless charities. You know, there's so many good causes. It's hard to say no, you know. But you know, you try to.
You don't have time.
You can't spread yourself
too thin. Yeah. Okay. So many interviews since 20 years.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
Is there still one question you would like to answer but never been asked before?
No, I think I've been asked everything. Why do you think you have it?
Let me just think about... no. Okay.
It's hard, it's hard.
I know. It was also not so easy to find questions for you because we often do interviews with newcomers. You can ask them everything, but your fans and they know everything about you.
Yeah,
so what can I ask? So, but Twisted Man magazine is also about fashion. So I would like to hear from you. What is a must-have in a man's wardrobe?
Oh, I think a crisp white shirt. I think all guys, when they put on, you know, if you've got like a nice suit, whether it's like a navy suit, a grey suit, black suit, but a white shirt, always looks smart.
Slim fit?
Yeah, I think slim fit.
Yes. I think so too. And an absolutely no-go?
An absolute no-go. I'm not convinced about dudes in leather trousers. I think if you're a rock star and you've got like the super skinny thing going on, but yeah, not many men can pull off leather trousers. Probably quite literally.
That's a very interesting answer. We never had that before. I never thought about it. Yes, well, I would never wear leather, but I think, No.
I think they're hard for women to pull off as well. I think you need to have that certain type of, you know, long gazelle-like leg.
But they look much better in slim fit suits.
Yeah, like Steven Tyler can do it.
Yes.
He can do it.
He can do it. What advice would you give today to 15-year-old Melanie C?
I would say, go for it. You know, keep doing what you love and being who you are.
And that was what you have done in your life?
It's what I did in my life. I think kind of in between 20s and 30s you get a little bit blown off course by everybody's judgments of you and expectations of you. But I think when you kind of get into your 40s, you start thinking, you know, when I was 15, I think I was in a much better place.
I know.
Before people start interfering with you. Well, that sounds wrong, but you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. So, that's it. But the last info we have, Melanie C is coming back to Germany in May. 3rd of May.
Yay.
May 3rd.
How's
it correct in British
We would say the
English?
3rd of May.
3rd of May.
Yeah.
She will be in Cologne, but she also will be in Hamburg, Offenbach, Stuttgart. Yes.
You've remembered. You're better than me. Yeah, top marks.
Is a new video coming out soon?
Well, only just discussing it over lunch. We are kind of getting our little thinking caps on for the next video.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Please sign this for me.
Yes, of course.
And thanks for watching, and write a nice comment, please. Not an evil one.
No bad vibes.